Yeah, this is the Tokyo Real Estate Man, and here I'm shooting a video here today. It's a supplemental video from my internet buddy Forma Fist, and he just made a really interesting video about land use in Canada, and he actually referred to some stuff about Japan in his video, and I thought I'd make a supplemental video for you here. Now, if you don't know anything about me, I'm originally from Canada. I grew up in Ladner. And I went to university in Canada. I went to Simon Fraser University, and in my 20s I moved to Japan, and I worked in Japanese business for 20 years, and all along that way I started to purchase a lot of real estate, and now I have a real estate company amongst other companies. And I have a place in downtown Vancouver that I've had since the 1990s. Yeah, so that's just a little bit about me. But here we can see here, this is a really interesting, this used to be, this building right here is a temple. It's actually a left-wing temple. I think they're affiliated with the Japanese Communist Party. But what's more interesting in terms of the building here, okay, is what's happening over here. This is a refurbishment. What it was before, it was a pet hotel. Not a pet hotel, excuse me. That's actually a really a booming business in central Tokyo now, pet hotels. But what this was a pet grooming school, or like a school for a lot of the girls who work in these sort of pet hotels are younger girls who are pet lovers, and they used to give some sort of like a certificate there for that industry. But what they're doing here in Shibuya right now is a tourist boom right now, and this is being refurbished into a hotel. Okay, and if you ever do come to Tokyo, if you ever come, you can see in front, you'll see this sign right there, the white sign right there on the board. The guys are just coming out, they're going to look weird at me. And what happens is, on that white signboard right now, that'll explain the development. So it's kind of, I should do a video about that in the next few weeks. Now on this street right here, this is actually one thing that when you looked at your pictures like you did in the previous video, and you looked at land usage in the outskirts of Tokyo and of Nagoya, this is actually a two-way street. Okay, it's really narrow. So let's walk across it. What is it? 1, 2, 3, maybe just under 4 meters. Okay, and that's a two-way street. Okay, so cars really have to learn to cooperate on these kind of streets. But here, that's a real statement about the land usage, and you refer to how people use parks more. Well, here's a little park right here, and I've come here lots of times with my kids. Now what they've done is they've taken some of the old play stuff out of there, because it actually became really dangerous. A lot of the parks and that was done in the 1970s, and the equipment for the kids just for now, it's just the design is not as good as the ones that do now, and there is no longer here any like stuff for the kids to play on. A lot of homeless. There's not so many homeless in Tokyo, but homeless people will end up coming here, and you'll see there's a washroom over there. You'll see some taxi drivers use the washroom, or sometimes homeless guys will use the washroom while they're here. You see a Japanese homeless person, you'll see them in the back of a park. There's a helicopter up there in the back of a park, and they're just really quiet. They're not really aggressive. They'll never come to the front of the park and never ask for any money. They just sit at the back of the park. But yeah, I guess here they're redoing the hotel right here. So the Shibuya ward here has decided probably to redo this park. It was really dirty before. Well, my kids always enjoyed it, but it was a really dirty park. And I mean, some of the stuff here is maybe not so good now because it's concrete, right? So the kids can't probably play. But I mean, there was a lot of little kind of soil erosion and stuff happening here on this park. But you can see here some of the beautiful stonework that you see, because I mean, Tokyo is a very old city. Okay, and we'll take a little walk and we can look at some land use here. Again, here, that is it's not really a temple. They have a temple, but yeah, it's just it says like Akahata. They had the posters there, and they're like you see right there, it says like Keroho Sayama. Yeah, so anyhow, it's a sort of a affiliated to the Japanese left. Now recently here, this guy started his business here a couple of years ago. Now I do own quite a few apartments here in this neighborhood, so I'm always watching the development. But this was a space here, okay, and he built a little cafe on there, and then you see here, you see him setting up in front of his little business. Look at that, he was working hard on that for a whole month and a half to set it up. Okay, and he hasn't gone broke yet, and lots of restaurants go broke, but a lot of successful businesses are using the frontage in front of the stores as a space for customers to use. But I mean, it's the season's turning now and it's colder, but you can see right there he's conscious. You can see that they put blankets there, so if anyone does want a coffee, there's a blanket. Okay, so it's around noontime right now, and lots of people are heading from, there's a couple of huge offices they built up here, okay, and the people are heading down. This is Shinsencho, which is really near Shibuya Station. It's got a lot of great restaurants if you have a chance. You see everyone from the office buildings there. There's one particularly large, a lot of video game and technology companies are here in Shibuya. They like it because it's a really cool neighborhood. Now, yeah, this is recently happened in the last year and a half too. This before was an office building, and they built what's called the Nadeshiko Hotel, which is a capsule hotel for girls. Yeah, and they did a really nice job inside. I've never been in there, but yeah, I always see girls leaving here. Okay, now it referred in one of my comments before about parking, and you can see here, okay, I mean at one point they're probably going to build a building here, but you can see all the spots are taken. So you see in the back there, you see those big vans, those are probably like contractors' vans. So here, if you look at these license plate numbers, that's a Tokyo license plate number, Shinagawa, okay, and so is that one, okay. But as you come out here, you see this is Shinagawa, but then here you see Adachi-ku, and you see here the guy sleeping in his car right now, okay, that's from Kawasaki. So those are the construction guys, okay, that you say in Japanese, gyosha-san. And yeah, so you gotta, if you're gonna drive somewhere, you don't want to be heading toward the suburbs from 5 o'clock, because those guys end work at 5 and they're going home, and you end up with a big rush hour. But you can see the tight line usage here between the buildings. No wasted space. Like I have a place in the west end of Vancouver, the west end, and the land usage between buildings is huge lawns and stuff like that. I mean, you can't really blame people, like, because those buildings often were designed in the 1950s, and land usage is going to catch up to Vancouver. You know, it's just going to be used different in the next century, and the changes that are made are going to be slow. But you can see here, look at here as we come up here, this is Yamate Dori, okay, which is a main artery here. It's like it's a circle drive. Tokyo has a lot of circle drives, and this is one of them, Yamate Dori. Now here you can see right here, this is land. This is a land uses issue that comes up all the time, okay? Because you can't park your bike near the stations. If you park too close to the station, okay, they'll pull your bikes away, and there's companies that are contracted to just pull these bikes away. So this is probably, okay, just away from the area, okay, that they come and collect the bikes, okay? Oh, but look over here. You see, these bikes here are tagged, okay? And it says Hochi Kinshi on it, okay? So it means you can't park the bikes there. So looks like they really haven't serviced this area for a while, because there's like weeds growing into that basket. But yeah, these have probably been dumped. Okay, these have probably been dumped, which is another land issue, like land usage issue we get here in central Tokyo. There's so many people here, is that garbage, you have to pay to get rid of like larger garbage. So what people have done here, right, is they've come and see this one little bike here, you can see it's just all getting rusty right there. That's probably been dumped. Okay, yeah, so bikes get into the land usage. And yeah, that's the one tower I told you where the video company is right there. That was built in the last 2 years, and right there too. I should say in this one neighborhood is like Sumitomo owns a lot of property, yeah, and they never sell. They just redevelop it. So this is the picture they have for it now, right? And then like Sumitomo will just keep this, and in 100 years time, I saw them take down a building in this neighborhood that must have been like 35 stories. I couldn't believe they took it down. They just took it down. Yeah, so it's all part of like that gets into Japanese construction and finance, which is like a really big business. See right there, they're selling bentos there along the street. Okay, so that is land. Here you see that's a Chinese lady. It's a Chinese restaurant, so I can tell looking at her face not that she's Chinese, right? They're hustlers, man. They come here, they hustle so hard, and they're using that frontage, okay, in front of her store, right, to sell. Yeah, you got to be hustling in Tokyo. And then before, this was a really terrible convenience store, right? And yeah, they're redoing it. I don't know what they're going to put in there. There you go. There's the guy. He's working on it probably right there. Going to have his lunch. Can peer in there. And it looks like they're going to build a convenience store. When you come to Japan, the big convenience stores are Family Mart and 7-Eleven, and they're dominating the space, and they're really good at what they do. Okay. Coming up to the end of this video here, and here's my bike. I have a car, and I live close to here. I have 2 cars, but yeah, you see right there, Shibuya Republic. That's my company, and I use the bike. I own the biggest apartment in my building, but I can't get a parking spot in my building. Now this is where I park one of my cars, and I thought I'd show you here. This is called the Kikaishiki. Okay, which is like an automated parking spot. You can look inside there. Okay, is that actually my car? Oh wow, that's by chance it's there. Okay, so what you come here to the panel, okay, and you operate it like this. So you hit yeah, you're gonna learn my codes. Okay, so Ansho is like that's like your secret number, and then 1469 start, and you see right there Unten, the system is engaging. And you see it in there, what's going to happen. Okay, you see it, it's moving right there. So they're using the land below the building for parking. Okay, yeah, that's my no it's my, I own a Mazda. That was a Toyota. And here you see, there you go right there, twisting. So that's mine right there. I can tell by the bent antenna right now, and this is going to open up. So this is really neat. Well, I should keep it here. See, the walking panels actually get lowered into place too. They're lowered from the top because they want to maximize the space inside of them. Okay, so this is my car. Now I own I have a lot of serviced apartments, and you know what I do? You see what I use my car for? I have a lot of apartments in the neighborhood, and I too use this car for storage. So what do I have here? I got some tissue, toilet paper. Look there, I got some garbage bags there for the unit. So me too, I'm always trying to maximize the land usage. Okay, so normally I'd back the car out like that, but now I have to just shut it down. And I'm shutting it down. Now normally you'd back the car out, and you see here it's called a turntable. Okay, and then so you back the car out, and this means left, hirari in Japanese, and you push this, and the turntable goes round, and there you'd pull your car out like that. So even me myself, I didn't even think about when we were making the video earlier. I'm always trying to I use this for storage, right? Because it's convenient for me when I'm servicing the apartments, and I generally service the apartments on my bike, which I use here. So yeah, that's a little land use video that I made here, and I'd like to say hi to my internet buddy there, Forma Fist. I hope this helps. Anything I can think of. This is a really beautiful build right there. You'll see a lot of the residential buildings, they use tile on the outside because the concrete, they build everything from concrete because of the earthquakes. They use a lot of concrete, right? And the tile is the best way of preserving the integrity of the concrete structure. Anyhow, you get me talking about real estate and blabbing. I'm talking too much. This is the Tokyo real estate man, Trim. Last little pan from Shibuya. See you later.